Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back, everybody, to Swolfie ASMR. Tonight we have part 2 of Colorful Journeys, the coloring book. If you guys have seen the first video, I won't be in the video. It'll be kind of like a POV of me coloring. So I hope you guys can get nice and relaxed tonight. Possibly fall asleep to the video. And if you guys are here for the tickles, I hope I could possibly help you guys out there as well. But let's jump straight into part 2. Alright guys, so here we have the second page of Colorful Journeys. Looks like we got some mountains here. Got the moon, it's night out, some stars sparkling. Then it looks like this would be possibly some water. I actually have no idea. I'm gonna assume this is water right here. And then this is like its own little land on this side. So here, once again, we have our markers. We're gonna go ahead and get that open. And then this page says, seek the scenery that stirs the soul. And then also, if you couldn't tell, these pages rip out. So I decided to rip out the last page, just so that we're not ruining each drawing that we do. So I think we should start out probably with, I think it'll be easy to just start off with the trees. So I'm gonna go for a dark green here. So let's just go ahead, fill these in. There's not much to fill in. They kind of just left a little bit of room for us here. There we go, a very, very quick use of the green there. I think next up would be smart to go for the moon here. I think we need to make it like a light gray. So we have a warm gray right here. It looks a little bit lighter than like a light gray. It almost looks like a tan, like creamy kind of color. So we're gonna go ahead and just see. I think that would be a good color for the moon. It's not quite gray. Again, it's more like it's like a very light cream, but obviously with gray in it, hence the name warm gray. But I think this is like the perfect color we could have probably gotten, because I do remember the other shade of gray that we did have was a bit darker, and I don't think we would want it to be that dark. Alright, so there we have that. We'll kind of shade it in. I think that looks good. Now I think we should go for probably the water, right? So last time We went for, in the sky, we went for a pastel blue. I think we're gonna go ahead and see what this color has to offer. It's an ice blue. Just see how that looks. I can't really, honestly, I think it'll be a good color. It does look like it'll be a little too dark, but it looks like once it kind of settles in, it looks like honestly, the exact color I'm looking for, so. Wow, I cannot draw a straight line right now. I think we'll switch to the other side. There's quite a bit we gotta fill out here. Make sure to still get some trigger noises for you guys. There we go, now we're moving. We'll definitely have to go over it again and kind of like texture it and make sure it's all kind of one color, because as you can tell, right in here it's a bit darker because we went over it twice. I hope this is water, by the way, because, I mean, to me that's what it looks like. On that note, we should get this border, and we can close it off. And then we gotta make sure we're getting the border around these. Alright, I'm switching again. I'm making this way too tricky for myself. But we will go over the border of all these little hills right here. Alright, now we can go ahead and fill out the rest here. We're gonna have to pick a nice color for the sky as well. Obviously we can't do a light blue because it's the moon is out, so we're gonna have to find a nice color to fill out the sky. I think we might go gray with the mountains here too. Like with the frosted tips on them. So probably leave the top of the mountains white is what I have in mind. This is a huge section to fill out too. Yeah, the color blends right now are not looking too good. And there's a lot we're gonna have to retouch up, so I think I'm just gonna try and scribble this in quick. Almost there. Almost there. And got it. So yeah, we'll just kind of do this throughout the entirety of it. Try and just blend it into the same kind of blue. I missed a lot of like little spots in there, so we'll grab those too while we're at it. A lot of white spots, but I think that looks good. And now that it's actually colored in, it does look like it should be water, which is nice. That's always the tricky part about these, is obviously when it's all white, you can't really tell what will look good with what color. So again, now I think we're gonna go for some gray mountains. So I think we're gonna go for the cool gray. This is what we used to fill in the tire on the last one that we did. So I'm hoping this won't be too dark of a gray, because the lightest gray other than this one is the one we used for the moon here. So here we'll go with the pointy edge. Again, we'll leave the tips of the mountains white. I feel like that would make the most sense here. And then we can do that. So everything underneath that will color in gray. Actually, dude, this is a good color gray. I think we got really lucky with this. If I can somehow keep it a bit lighter as well. Then I think it'll look even better. I just gotta make sure I'm not like double coating the gray, because that's what'll make it darker. Is when you go over the same spot twice, of course. That's pretty obvious, but because then if I do one spot darker, then it'll look weird, and then I have to darken everything else. Catching a flow state right now. There's just like a lot of different little crevices in between these trees I have to get to. But we're on a roll. We'll get in between there, perfect. Run a quick outline around the tree. And then we'll do the same here real quick, just to make it a bit easier. And now we can get to filling it in. leaving a good amount of the top of this mountain white. So hopefully that looks good. If not, I mean, we can obviously just bring it up more and fill in some more. Alright, we gotta get it all down here too. Perfect. I'm just gonna do all the outlines quick for all the trees and all the ground. Just so I don't have to worry about that. Because that part takes so long, I feel like. Because now all the outlines are filled in. Now I can just focus on the filling in the white part. I feel like I leave this part too, maybe. I think that'll look good. But we'll find out. It's coming together so far. I'm curious what the rest of the pages look like. I've never gone through this entire book to kind of see. I want it to be a surprise for me too, just as much as it is for you guys. So I haven't really like skipped ahead. The only time I possibly could have maybe seen like one or two different sceneries is when I'm just like flipping through the pages for, you know, a trigger. But oh no, I colored in the water. No. It is turning out really nice right now. Again, with this dark gray, we really need to find a nice night sky color. I'm sure we have something that's like in between the perfect shade of like black. I feel like a black and like maybe like a dark purplish kind of color would be really good mix for the skyline. We'll fill in right there too. We're really out of the lines over here. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's see how this is looking. There's a few light spots we can fill in. I think I'm just gonna go for this kind of throughout the whole thing. Just to kind of, again, contrast the colors, make sure they're all pretty much the same darkness. So just a quick like scribble through. I think we're gonna go slightly more right here too, actually. But then yeah, a little bit more gray just to bleed into it. Darken it up a little bit. We don't need the entire thing, it's just, you know, a lot of these spots that are lighter. Alright. I don't mind that. I do not mind that at all. Now, we can either go down here. I don't know what we would do down here. I don't know if this is like grass. If we want to do like a light green here. Yes, maybe like a light green. And then again, I don't want like a black. So we have a deep violet purple. We'll see what that looks like. Yeah, that's like too purple for the sky. I wish they had not filled in all these stars with black, because then I could, you know, make them all yellow, which would be a lot easier to, you know, get a good, I don't know, it'd make it easier for the sky. I feel like here's a cobalt blue, and then the only, okay, I just realized something too. So, this color is cool gray, but then this color's also cool gray. They have the same color, the same name, so I think we use this one, the lighter one, for this. So I think if we do a darker cool gray, I think that could be good for the sky. So let's find out. It does look pretty good. Yeah, I think this will have to be the color. There's a lot we have to fill out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Again, it'll make the sky look kind of... I feel like this one will look a little bad because, again, they filled in the stars where I'm filling in the sky this dark already. So then I'll just, like, look at that. It's like almost the same color as the stars. Which is, again, why I'm a little annoyed that they filled those in. I would much prefer them to be like yellow. But let's get our outlines. We'll have to deal with it regardless. Unless I want to go with a yellow and kind of outline the stars with it instead. I feel like that could be pretty cool. I think I'll try that. Let me get that whole outline done first for this border. And then I'm gonna grab a nice light yellow and just quickly around all those stars, at least these ones. Just get a nice yellow in there because I feel like it'll look really dead without it. Alright, there's the outline. See, I'll set that aside. I'm gonna go with the brightest yellow that's here, which is this fluorescent yellow. So we have not used this one yet. So yeah, let's just go ahead around each star. Yeah, this is like a highlighter color yellow. Very like neon and, I mean, fluorescent, if you will. And now the only tricky part too will be then going around this with the dark gray, making sure I don't touch the yellow, because if I do, it is not going to blend well. It'll turn it into like a dark grayish yellow. It won't look good. So we're going to have to be very cautious of that and very on top of just making sure we have a nice steady hand to go around it. Because I mean, again, there's a lot to fill out here. And then I don't know, we'll see how that looks after we fill out the sky, because I know I wanted this to be green here at the bottom, but you never know. Once this dark sky is filled out, maybe the green won't look good, and then we can decide a color afterwards. So I'm just gonna do this too, might as well. All these little dots, just draw a small circle of yellow around it. You can't really see it, but I feel like it'll make the difference. Like you can see it slightly in the outline, but I'm intentionally going directly over them, just so it's not as vibrant. Like this already looks really good. Even without the sky filled in, I feel like this looks really nice. Didn't realize we missed one of these. Alright, I think that was a really good decision. Like, really good. I genuinely think this is gonna look really good now, once we fill out the night sky. Let's go. Now I have to make sure. Now I have to make sure I'm not hitting all these stars. This is gonna take a long time to fill out this border. I'm nervous. Like, this could look really good at the end of filling this out, or it'll just look really, really bad. Because then it will just be like a bunch of, oh, well, I just covered up that star on accident. But yeah, it'll either look really good, or it'll just look really, really bad. Because it'll just be a bunch of yellow dots just in the air. Kind of, you know how it is, outlining the star rather than it being the star, so that could be a big, big issue here. I also think I'll have to color this cloud, like this kind of gray. Okay, first looks. I don't think this is gonna look as good as I really pictured it to be. I potentially picked the wrong shade of darkness for the sky. I feel like if maybe I did the gray that I did for the mountains instead, and then if we would have done the mountains, maybe the color of the moon would have looked a lot better. Because I think this is just too dark, and again, with the stars already being filled in, it doesn't really help. Because, yeah, I mean, that just looks terrible. It's just yellow circles just in the air, pretty much. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. We move. We gotta deal with it now. Oh, I'm so unsatisfied now. But it sucks, we're just in too deep. I'm like wanting to crash out. But at least we learned from it. We still got this whole entire book. I have a Colorful Cities book as well. Eventually we'll get into that one, where we're coloring cities instead of scenic areas. I feel like these bigger stars still have potential to look pretty good, but it's just these smaller ones, because it's just a black circle with yellow surrounding it. And they're just really small, so like it looks really weird. You see what I'm saying? I can't wait to see how bad this bled through as well on the back side of it. Alright, that's like a fourth of this whole thing. The sky is just, there's so much. I just gotta try and fill out space, I think. I'm gonna go all the way down here to the other end and just fill in all this emptiness, because that is what will take the most time, I feel like. Oh man. I should be using the other side, the thicker side, but I'm not good at getting like the entire part of that side like on the paper. Like I'd be drawing these lines probably the exact same size on the other side. the strategy though. Oh, I just colored that entire star. That's gonna look so bad. Worse than it already does. But this strat, I'm just going up and down the entire line. Going around all the stars that I pass along the way. Oh, I'm doing a really bad job at getting around them though. This is so bad. I don't even want to finish this guy. I know it's gonna look so terrible. I actually, oh no. Oh man. I'm not ready for it. Oh, rip that star. Yeah, I'm really not good at this. But, again, we get better as we go. 2 hours later. Like, this is just taking forever. Okay guys, so fast forward a bunch. This is actually taking so long, so I decided to skip off an entire section of this. We're near the end of it though. So I'm trying to finish this part as quick as I can because we still have that whole section on the bottom. I'm really trying my best here. Come on, the final stretch. Here we go. I just colored in that entire star. It's starting to get a little sloppy from me, but I'm trying to just finish up this section. Alright, there we go. We're finally at the last star. So yeah, I mean, it could be worse. It could be way worse. I mean, you can tell it's night. You can tell that those are stars. I feel like that's all that matters. So now we just need this bottom part. Again, I felt like it would be a good idea to have it be that, but I think we're gonna go with the same color as these mountains. I think we're just gonna go for a light gray here. A nice light cool gray. I think that'll just be fitting for the nighttime vibes. Because I feel like the green wouldn't fit in because of how dark it is right now with the rest of the picture. So I think if these were just matching like the other mountains, then we'll be good. Like this is like, I don't know, maybe like a pathway to get to those mountains. Or just like rocks on the other side, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna color in the border this time on the outside because it's very thin as well. Wouldn't really be a point to. So once this is filled out, we are pretty much done with the second picture of the buck. Here, I'm gonna do this. Let's see how straight I can keep it. Oh, we already messed up. Messed up again. Oh, we're going under this time. And then we can speed color. I think leaving the cloud white also is fine too. I think it kind of fits in well. This is gonna look so bad down here because it's going diagonal and horizontal. Or vertical and horizontal, sorry. But I can do this and kind of make it look like we went one way the whole time. And then we'll do that. Fill in a bit more of that lighter space. And bada bing, bada bam. Alright guys, that is the second scene, or second scenery. Seek the scenery that stirs the soul. See the bleed through. Absolutely brutal. But again, it could have been way worse with the skylight, but I think making this gray and matching that kind of saved it in a way. But let me know what you guys think. Rate this one out of 10. I think the other one that we did is definitely a lot better. But again, we got a whole book full, bunch of pages, so thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys could get nice and relaxed tonight. Possibly fall asleep. And if you guys are ready for the tingles, maybe I could help you guys out there as well. But until next time, guys, I will see you